What's going on, Fantasy Balls team managers? We're back in the dark because Chumba's bitchy little complaints about a little bit of light coming through my door. Again, there's no overhead light in this fucking room. Um, but we're back. We're back with the Week 5 update. Big week. And by big week, I mean some big scores. I think, I could be wrong and I did not fact check. I think there's been a 50-point bomb in at least the last 3 weeks, if I'm correct. This week was, what's his face? Already forgot his name. Not Justin Fields. Ja'Marr Chase. There we go. I was looking at Justin Fields' face and said, okay. Last week, I believe McCaffrey was right there. Let's see. Week before that, Keenan Allen. All right, so let's say 45 points. 45 points. Let's see if it's been every week, actually. No. Last 3 weeks, there's been at least one 45-point scored every week. Actually, it looks like week 2 is the only week it hasn't happened. But regardless, lots of points scored this week. Big games, big blowouts, and some disappointers. So let's get into it. Game of the week from last week, myself going head-to-head against Eddie, the undefeated Barclays Thunderthighs, still sitting strong with that name. Barclays Thunderthighs putting up 159.04. Big number. Had some big weeks. Travis Etienne, 36 points. Breece Hall, 28. DeAndre Hopkins, 22. Big week. Even if, Justin Jefferson had 5.8. He got hurt late. Even if Justin Jefferson didn't get hurt, which going to be tough for me to come back from that. Not going to lie. Losing Jefferson, big loss for at least the next 4 weeks. But even if Justin Jefferson said put up, say, 20, I still getting blown out here. Big week for Eddie. My top 2 receivers were not in. Well, Jefferson was in, but again, not a good week. Got hurt. Amon-Ra was out. And I didn't start Joe Burrow. I knew it. I told Brochard beforehand that I was going to sit him, and he's going to have a good game finally, and that's what happened. But a huge game from Eddie. Had a decent game from Russell Wilson, which is also shocking, even though they still lost to the Jets. So Eddie might be the team, boys. Eddie's 5-0, still undefeated, putting up 160. So Eddie's definitely got himself a squad. Next, we got win or lose, we booze versus Team Wallach. Wallach's been a bit of an upset. Looks like he took himself off of autoplay. Don't know if that was on purpose or not. Lost here with the 52-pointer from Ja'Marr Chase. Real tough. But when Ja'Marr Chase puts up 52 and your next best player is Raheem Mostert with 15, and then Cole Kmet with 15 as well. Just tough. Justin Fields on his bench with 32 would have made a difference, I think, overall. Maybe not. It would have been a lot closer, at least. I can't do that math off the top of my head. Chumba moves to 3-2 in the Upstate Division. I'm gonna do a standings recap at the end of this, just because we're getting there. We're midway through our season. Then, I can't. John was real upset this week at me. Well, he was excited at first. So, DJ Moore, 49 points on Thursday night. John got real cocky about it. I won't lie. Let's pull up what John said that night of the game. John said, John and I text pretty often. Here we go. John said, official statement from the GM of the Crystal Gobblers, but he changed his name to Boogeyman, so don't know what that's about. He said, my team is treating this week like a playoff game. They heard all the shit talk around the league and are looking to make a statement. Believe in the team that was drafted along with the moves made this week to make this team a contender moving forward. First of all, John got upset with me because I was like, all right, that's random, but thanks, I guess. And he's like, oh, you're always looking for comments to make the recaps more interesting, but here I give you a comment, and no, you don't want it. I was like, da-da-da-da. Hold on. Send that to me Friday morning. I have never once asked for a comment from any manager almost a week before the recap. I ask once the matchup is over, not middle of the matchup. What does that do for me? Huh? What am I gonna make a mini recap after the Thursday night game just to put John's little fucking comment in there? No. And I said it. I was like, I hope your team shits the bed and you lose with a 49 bomb from DJ Moore. That didn't happen. 192 from John. Kind of not shocked, but like didn't have an outstanding week. Devonta Smith put up 1.6 points. Garrett Wilson 8.4. James Conner 4.6. So had some upsetting performances, I'd say. But at the same time, 20 points from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, 17 from the kicker. So like the team came together still and put on a performance. Jake's team, although they got the loss, still put up 150. That's a big number. It's impressive. Diggs with 24, Brock Purdy with 26, Kelsey with 22. Big week here. So not really anything to be upset about for Jake. Hopefully when I get to the standings, it's not going to be one of those things like last year where Jake just lost all of his games because people scored more against him than anybody else. But whatever. All right. Next matchup, we had Diversity Inclusion going up against Upstate New York Sucks. Connor, are you even paying attention? We shit on John for weeks and weeks and weeks, and we're still shitting on John to this day, even though he has a winning record finally. And here you are at 0-5, bud. The fuck are you doing? I feel like you don't have the right to say that Upstate New York sucks at 0-5. Like, maybe if you had a couple wins, we could let it slide. But, like, what's going on here, dude? It's not even like... I don't even know. 1, 2, 3 people scored less than 5 points. 4 less than 5 or less than 10. Only one real good game. Cooper Kupp had 19. Jets defense put up 18. That's not bad. And 16 from Tua. But like, I don't know. Your team just not playing. Like, I don't know. Figure it the fuck out. Pretty solid game from Brochard, 133 points. What the fuck? Why is there something on my mouse? Looks like a piece of salt. That's weird. I don't eat in here. Anyway, that's not entirely true. I sometimes eat, but only like snacks. Brochard had himself a week. Put up 133, not even his best lineup. Took out Zach Moss, as I'm sure we all thought would be a good idea. Zach Moss put up 33 on the bench. Could have put that in the game. George Pickens, 26. Could have had that in the game. So, Brochard, not his best week, managerial-wise, but still got the W, still put up 133 points. And we get to our last game of the week. Return of the King gets back into the wins column, 4-1 over the Seattle Sucker Punchers. Alec, you owe us a chug, big man, 89.68 points. Jamar Gibbs, 0 points. Tyler Higbee, 4. Olave, 9. James Cook, 5. Not a great week. Dallas Goedert on your bench put up 25. Like, wouldn't have made a difference. Wouldn't have made a difference in the final score. But still, like, that's a low number, bud. I only put up 110. It might have made a difference if you had Dallas Goedert in. I think that would have made me the lowest scorer. Actually, no, Connor was still below you. Never mind. So either way, Alec, you owe us chug. Decent week from the returns of the King. 117 had a -5 from the defense. tough to overcome when you get some negative points. Romeo Dobbs only put up 1.4. So some low scores for the returning champ, but still got the W here in Week 5. That's the week recap. Looking at the standings now, we are down to one team that is still undefeated, and that is Eddie. Eddie is the only undefeated right now. 97% chance to make the playoffs, apparently. Next in the Long Island divisions would be me, 3-2. John and I are tied in record. I guess I have more points scored. Looks like he has a higher playoff percent, or playoff chance, or chance to make the playoffs. There we go. Than I do, however. Then we got Brochard in 4th at 2-3, 55% chance to make the playoffs. And Upstate New York sucks. Connor Donlin, 0 wins, 0% win percentage, 5 games back, 5% chance to make the playoffs. Tough look down there, bud. Upstate Division, we got Justin Runge in first place, 4-1 with a 90% chance to make the playoffs. Return to the Kings, trying to get back into that championship game, prove that he deserved to be there last year, try and prove that his drafting no whites strategy actually works. So I guess we'll find out. Win or lose, we booze in second place, tied with the Honey Badgers. 83% chance to make the playoffs for Chumba, 80% chance for Jake. So pretty good day or pretty good chances for both of them. Then we got the Sucker Punchers at 2-3, 45% chance to make the playoffs. Team Wallach 0-5 with the 10% chance to make the playoffs. Remember, same thing as baseball. Top 2 get a bye. Then it's the next 4 teams. It is not separated by a division after that. So right now it would be Justin and Eddie getting the byes. And then it would be myself, John, Chumba, and Jake in the playoffs. We are all tied at 3-2. Looking at points for, Chumba, top scorer, followed by Jake, Eddie, John, Brochard, and myself. I can keep going at that point. I don't know why I stopped. But then we got Runge, Alec, Wallach, and Connor coming up last. Points against. See if Jake is in that same boat as last year. No, Jake is not. Oh, wait. Yeah, he kind of is. I always forget this is backwards. Runge has had the fewest points scored against him. Then Eddie, top 2 teams. Then it's Connor. Connor, what the fuck are you doing, bud? You've had the 3rd fewest points scored against you and you haven't won a game? Figure it the fuck out. Alec is next. Another losing record. Then we got Brochard. Another losing record. Then we got Griff. Another losing record. Then we got John, Jake, myself, and Chumba. Chumba has the most points scored against him. How are the bottom 4 most scored against teams have winning records? And obviously the lowest in general are the top 2 teams. But that's weird, man, that those 4 teams with losing records are in the middle there. That's just weird how that kind of works out. So I guess I have the head-to-head. Did John and I play each other? Maybe that's why I'm ahead of him, because I beat him. But anyway, that is the standings recap for where we're at. We are entering week 6. We are almost halfway through our season, regular season at least. Remember, this year we are not doing a week 18 game for the playoffs. That is because last year somebody had Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry sat week 18, kind of tanked the fantasy season. So we took out that week 18, which means playoffs are week 15, 16, 17 instead of 16, 17, 18, right? So, right, I'm pretty sure that's how it is, right? There's 18 weeks now? Or no, there's 17 weeks? How the fuck? What? 17. So 15, 16, 17 are the playoffs instead of 4. Are there? What the fuck? How many? It is a 18-week season. Okay, I'm not going fucking crazy. I just had like a whole moment there. So yeah, instead of having a Week 18 game in the playoffs for the championship, that is done. Week 17 is the championship game. So next week is our halfway point in the season. We only have 14 regular season games, so we're really starting to get into it. When it comes to next week's game of the week, only only one game has two winning records in it. I hate to put these two people back in because they've already been in 2 games of the week, or they've been in 1 game of the week each. Eddie, who's just coming out of a game of the week, 5-0, versus Jake, who was game of the week in week 4, going head to head. There are only 2 teams with a winning record playing each other. Seems only right that they're the 2 teams to be game of the week. And right now, Jake is projected to win. So, going to be an interesting one for sure. We'll see. 2 explosive teams, absolutely. Eddie's not going to be able to run away with low points scored, even though he did put up 160 this week. So, that is the recap. That is week 5. Done. Finito. We're moving on. Week 6 starts tomorrow. Best of luck to everybody. We'll catch you next time.